Now the Ruiner resembles two real-life vehicles, primarily the Pontiac third generation Pontiac Firebird, and as well as the Camaro, the third generation Camaro. Now, this specific customization is going to lean towards the Pontiac. If we go inside, you'll notice this one has, or this specific vehicle of the Ruiner has the glass T-tops. You can get different models for the Ruiner, one having either a solid roof, still having T-tops but just solid, other one having glass, and then the other, I wouldn't say options, but I guess features that the Ruiner has in the game is that they will either have, hold on, let me show you right now. On some of the Ruiners that you buy and find on the streets, they'll have like an air freshener. It will be put right here. And then I think on some cars it has the soda holder. It took me, I want to say, about 20-30 cars just to find this one that has a clean interior, no devices or cup holders of any kind, just completely clean and with a glass T-top. Yeah, it took me a while, but here you go. Now we'll be customizing it to look more like the Pontiac. I already did some of the customizations, so I'll just show you what to add to make it look slightly close to, and what I'm going for is the 1984 Pontiac Trans Am with the paint job, and I want to say some small details here and there. It's more Pontiac than Camaro. So let's go to customize it. Oh, fuck! God dang it. What the hell? Alright. So, to make it look more like the 1984 Pontiac, I will be doing, well, the color scheme this is pretty much the color scheme right here. So I'll just be showing you what I've chosen from the categories. I did not choose any of the non-visual categories. Armor, brakes, I haven't done any of those things. It's more just the visuals. I don't really use this car for racing. I don't think it really would do that well in racing. Maybe if you're really good, but I don't use it for racing, so it's just to have, just to have. So the bumper, I kept it stock. I think that adding a lip or a chin spoiler, as it says, would be a little bit too much for a classic Pontiac. Exhaust, for the exhaust, I went more with a dual exhaust, just two. I think this is probably the better option. I don't believe that the original Pontiac has a quad exhaust, but either way, I think having just two keeps it looking more classic. As for the hood, you have the option of the stock hood, a carbon hood, which actually isn't a bad idea, a ram hood. Now this ram hood reminds me more of the Buffalo from San Andreas. I wish Rockstar would have added a charger, a more modern charger that looked similar to the one from San Andreas, or at least added a Pontiac Firebird, the fourth generation, which actually has this type of bonnet or hood. Sadly, you don't get the fourth generation Pontiac, you only get the third and the second in the game. We could go for a carbon hood. I don't think it looks too bad. I just think that for a classic muscle car, that we want to just keep it as like a restoration. We probably just want to keep it stock. Horn doesn't matter. Lights are already yellowish, so that's kind of more of the classic color for a car. So for respray, we want to keep this car classic black. As for the secondary color, your secondary color will be your, I guess your stripes or your lower portion of the car. Do want to use metallic gold. If you use the classic gold, it actually doesn't have that, I guess, gold shine to it. If you use this one, it looks like this. It looks kind of dull. So you definitely want to go with the metallic if you're going to make the third generation Pontiac. I think it fits it a lot more nicely. And I think that's actually it for resprays. So this is just your main body and then your secondary
Life
color.
is hard when you can have
So
anything.
then afterwards for the spoilers, you have of course no spoiler at all, which it looks nice. It still looks nice, not having any spoiler on it. You have a mid-level, a high level, or let me put it right here. Mid-level, high level, a drag wing, which is it extends from the rear, and then a GT wing, which kind of looks awkward on the car.
Think long and
But for the
hard.
Pontiac, you want to choose the mid-level spoiler. For the wheels, these type of wheels are they come in three different categories. So if I'm correct, they come in is it sports? I think some of them are in sports, or one of them is in
No
sport.
rush at all.
Yeah, this one is in the sport category. The one I was going for was more of a two-piece or a three-piece wheel. This one looks more like a just one piece. This is the three-piece right here. So I wanted it to be a little bit deep, but I also didn't want it to look like one whole big wheel. So if you look at it like this, there you go. It looks like there's more meat in the tire. To find these ones, you would look to the street category. Now, on the street category, there's actually two versions of it. There's a Cosmo Mark II and the Cosmo Mark III. Yeah, there you go. The difference between these two wheels is that the Cosmo Mark III is a lot bigger, or not bigger in size of the wheel, but you'll see that the rubber or the tire on it is more stretched out. The Cosmo Mark II, it has more tire to it and it's much smaller. So I definitely went for this one. It looks more like the classic Pontiac wheel. It's definitely a deeper three-piece gold-plated wheel. So I think this fits the look all together. It just brings everything together and it makes it look more Pontiac than Camaro. And that should be it. For the wheel color, it's gold, of course. For the tire, there is no tire design, no enhancements. I don't really put enhancements because as soon as you put the bulletproof tires, you can't go back, and it kind of loses that realistic feel when you pop a tire or
Whatever you
when you're
desire.
burning your tires,
Technology and
one of the
budget permitting.
tires will eventually pop. But if you get it bulletproof, it doesn't do that. So I kind of wanted to keep it more realistic, so there's none of that. There is no tire smoke, just the basic one. And for the windows, the last part that I did not do, you want to go with, I want to say, a light smoke. Reason being that if you go limo, it looks a bit too dark. This is a classic car, so it just doesn't look right with the era. You could, if you wanted, just put a limo tint on it. This will make the roof black, or it would just make it look more like a
How many
solid
cars you got in this
roof.
garage again?
But if you look up there, it's actually glass. It's pretty nice. It's just I wouldn't choose this one just because this is a classic car. The dark smoke, same thing here. It's too dark, and the light smoke is just right. It is dark still, but it's better than having clear T-tops. I want to say the clear T-tops, they're
Do
pretty
you need a
nice.
drink?
I just kind
Bubbles
of
or
don't
something?
want the top of the roof to be too revealing. It's definitely a very nice car. It's very classic looking. Anyone can really just pull it off. I
Like this
think that
car when
the
you can have
the
anything.
street wheels that Rockstar recently added to the game definitely help the car a lot. It really brings the whole car together.
Think
And
long
there you
and
go.
hard.
I would take this car out there, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get blown up. And this is what it looks like completed. It's pretty nice. I definitely like the classic color scheme that the Pontiac has. It's pretty nice that I can make it in the game too. It's it's pretty identical, um, with a few minor differences here and there, but this should do it. Cool, and I hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day.